Morning, Copites. Welcome back to Copites of Anfield. So this is episode 10 of my greatest LFC players. This is a request again from David Coleman. Like I've said before, a really good friend of mine from Cop Talk. He's requested me to do Tommy Smith, and he's also requested me to do Steve Highway, so I'll be doing them today for him. Like I say, it's well before my time, Tommy Smith. But from what I've heard, he was a really good defender, tough tackler. So yeah, let's get started. So his name is Thomas Smith, MBE. Was born on the 5th of April, 1945. Was an English footballer who played as a defender at Liverpool for 16 years, from 1962 to 1978. Known for his uncompromising defensive style, manager Bill Shankly once said of him, Tommy Smith wasn't born, he was horrid. A central defender for most of his career, Smith's most memorable moment for the club probably came when he scored Liverpool's second goal in the 1977 European Cup final against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Smith played once for England in 1971 and also played at club level for Tampa Bay, Rowdies, Los Angeles Aztecs and Swansea City. So he was 5'10", and he played for Liverpool 467 times and scored 36 goals, just the one game for England. Let's have a look at his club career. So Liverpool. So he was an only child. His father died of pneumonia in 1959. Brought up a Catholic, he stopped attending church after witnessing the local priest stagger out of the house drunk after he came to the family home to offer his condolences. Smith joined the ground staff at Anfield the following year, becoming a schoolboy associate of Liverpool, the club he had supported all his life. Initially a centre-forward, he impressed manager Bill Shankly enough to bypass two of the club's four reserve teams to immediately play for the A-team. He further made an impression in the 1961-62 pre-season when he beat imposing centre-half Ron Yates to a header to score him in training. He turned professional in the summer of 1962 on wages of £18 a week. He made his debut for the Reds on the 8th of May 1963, replacing the injured Jimmy Melia in a 5-1 home victory over Birmingham City. However, he made no further appearances throughout the rest of this 62-63 season and did not feature in the 63-64 First Division title-winning season. He married Suzanne in July 1964 following a 4-year courtship relationship. He scored his first goal for Liverpool in his second match, playing at inside left in a 3-2 defeat to Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park on the 29th of August 1964. He kept his place for the following game and again scored as Liverpool beat Leeds United 2-1. He was returned to the reserves after two more appearances before returning to the first team as a defender in a 3-0 win over Belgian side Anderlecht in the European Cup. After the match, Shankly said that the game marked out Tommy Smith as a fine player. The boy has arrived. He ended the 1964-65 season with 4 goals in 25 league games, spent mostly as a right half. He also played in every game of Liverpool's FA Cup run as they beat West Bromwich Albion, Stockport County after a replay, Bolton Wanderers, Leicester City after a replay and Chelsea to reach the 1965 FA Cup final against Leeds United at Wembley. Liverpool won the game 2-1 to lift the trophy for the first time in the club's history. He played in the 1965 FA Charity Shield against Manchester United at Old Trafford, where the 2-2 draw meant the two clubs shared the trophy. Liverpool then recovered from a loss and a defeat to Sheffield United in the opening two games of the 1965-66 season to go on a strong run of form that included convincing victories over West Ham 5-1, Merseyside derby rivals Everton 5-0, Nottingham Forest 4-0, Northampton Town 5-0 and Blackburn Rovers 5-2. Smith managed to score against both Everton and Blackburn. They went unbeaten for a total of 18 games from October to late February and then lost just one of their final 10 games to secure the league title with a 6-point lead over runners-up Leeds United. They had conceded just 34 goals, the lowest total of any team in the Football League. Liverpool also reached the 1966 European Cup Winners' Cup final to face German side Borussia Dortmund at Hampden Park, but Smith admitted that his side lacked our usual edge and appeared disjointed as they lost the game 2-1 in extra time. Smith played in the 1966 FA Charity Shield against Everton at Goodison Park, helping his side to a clean sheet and a 1-0 victory. This would prove to be the last trophy for 5 years, however, despite a good start to the 66-67 season that included a 5-0 win over Leeds United. Their form slipped in the second half of the campaign and they fell to 5th place. Liverpool were more consistent across the 67-68 campaign but ended up in 3rd place, 3 points behind champions Manchester City. They came even closer in the 68-69 season, where a 0-0 draw with Leeds at Anfield was enough to win Leeds the title, whilst Liverpool went on to finish as runners-up. Smith was given the honour of club captaincy and led the team in the 1971 FA Cup final, which Liverpool lost to Arsenal 2-1 after extra time. In 1972-73, Smith skippered the team to their first double success of the league and UEFA Cup, and they topped the league by 3 points over Arsenal to beat Borussia Mönchengladbach in the UEFA Cup final 3-2 on aggregate. In November 1973, after Smith complained to Shankly at being left out of the team for a game, he had the biggest disappointment of losing the captaincy to Emlyn Hughes. This resulted in Smith almost leaving Liverpool. Earlier, Hughes had told Shankly to remove the captaincy from Smith and give it to a younger man. When he returned, he was also moved from his favourite centre defensive role to fullback. Although Smith eventually settled his differences with Shankly satisfactorily, a long-running feud developed between Smith and Hughes, which led to some tension in the Liverpool dressing room, where the older players remained loyal to Smith and voiced their dislike of Hughes' chattiness. In 2008, Smith alleged his feud with Hughes started 18 months prior, when he said in his autobiography that on the 8th of May 1972, Smith told him he was not speaking to a number of Arsenal players who were willing to throw a match for £50 a man. Liverpool subsequently failed to win their vital match at Highbury, which allowed Derby County to win the title instead. Smith wrote that he was disgusted with what Hughes said and never spoke to him off the field again. Smith maintained that the only witness was Ian Callaghan. Smith said he never told Shankly because it would have broken his heart. Hughes went on to lift the FA Cup as captain in 1974, and Liverpool comprehensively beat Newcastle 3-0 in one of the most one-sided of Wembley finals. Having lost the captaincy, Smith missed out on receiving the trophy from Princess Anne. He did have the pleasure of setting up the 3rd and final goal for young striker Kevin Keegan. A stunning team goal. As Smith's twilight years approached, he made fewer appearances, and with the emergence of youngsters Phil Thompson and Phil Neal as central defence and full-back respectively, though he still played an important role as Liverpool manager, another league and UEFA Cup double in 1976. No, that's wrong. He still managed an important role as Liverpool managed another league and UEFA Cup double in 1976, when he appeared 24 times in the league and played a left-back role in both legs of the UEFA Cup and UEFA final. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's just have a quick look at his death. So Tommy Smith died at the age of 74 in his sleep at 4:30 p.m. on the 12th of April 2019 at Greenhays Nursing Home in Crosby, after growing increasingly frail and suffering from a variety of ailments over the last few months, according to his daughter. So that's with his death. Honours for Liverpool. So First Division, 65-66, 72-73, 75-76 and 76-77. FA Cup 64-65, 73-74 and runner-up in 70-71, 76-77. FA Charity Shield 1965 shared. 1966, 1974 and 1977 shared. European Cup 66-67 and 77-78. UEFA Cup 72-73 and 75-76. And the UEFA Super Cup in 1977. So that's Tommy Smith. I'll be back later with Steve Highway